Hey everybody, it's Scott with Harper Health AZ. Today, I'm going to show you how to make some stuffed mushrooms. Now this recipe, it will vary up for you depending on the size of mushrooms you are using. You can do portobello mushrooms for that really nice big one, or just regular whole mushrooms, or even smaller ones. They're just going to contain less cheese in those. So let's jump right into this one. So you can see here we have a food processor. You can have a blender. This is what we're going to use to make our cheese, cutting board, just to take care of everything that we're using. So first thing we're going to want to do is get into our mushrooms here. And then we'll want to take out all the stems of these, get in as much as we can out of here so we have a good place to put the cheese, and then we can set it off to the side. Now if you want to, you can always add these into the cheese if you want. I like actually saving them later to add to other recipes I'm doing. Alright, we got all of our mushrooms removed with the stems out, so I will save these later to throw in different recipes. And like I said, if you want to add it to the cheese, go right ahead. The next thing I'm going to do is grab a container, which I will be throwing my seasonings that I am going to put on these. And with all of these mushrooms here, we are going to want to wash them. Plus, with washing helps all the seasonings stick to them. So let's go ahead and wash them first. Now that we have our mushrooms all washed off, I'm going to go ahead and set our oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Now the seasonings I'm going to be using for the mushrooms and also for the cheese is going to be first garlic salt, chili powder. I had fresh basil, I dried it out and then grinded it up. So now we have some fresh basil seasoning to go with this. And then also some pepper. Now with the seasonings, this recipe is kind of difficult to narrow those down because depending on the size of mushrooms you're gonna be doing, so it's really gonna be to your taste on these seasonings, but these are what I use to really bring out a good flavor boost. Do some chili powder just to cover the bottom of this. A little bit of garlic salt in there. And just a little pinch of the basil. And then some pepper. And now I'm just going to be throwing in about 4 at a time to mix them up. And then as you can see with the water on there, it definitely picks up a lot of the seasonings. So next thing we are going to do is grab a pan, put some foil on there, and then we are going to put these guys on here. Now I'm throwing them on the pan just so they're out of our way while we finish and season the rest of the mushrooms. We have all of our mushrooms seasoned, so now we will just throw these off to the side while we make our cheese. First thing I'm going to do with this is throw our extra firm tofu in here. And then next we are going to slice up 1/4 of an onion. And then add this into our tofu. Next we will add a tablespoon of chili powder, and then a teaspoon of basil, and a teaspoon of garlic salt, pepper to taste, and then 1/3 cup nutritional yeast. And now we just go ahead and blend this guy right up. And now we have our cheese all made up. So next thing is to just grab our mushrooms and fill it up with the cheese and then bake it. So we'll do that next. And now this can be a nice and messy part as you're trying to fill it up, because you can see some have a lot smaller openings compared to other ones. But let's go ahead and throw everything in. All right, we got all of our mushrooms filled up with the cheese now, so they look great. And I do have some extra cheese, so I'm just gonna save this to dip with veggies or baked tofu. Really enjoy just having a nice dip for any of those. And since these are ready to go in, our oven is set at 450. We're gonna bake them for 20 to 25 minutes, and you will see the tops of them get a nice brown color for it. So let's throw them right in. All right, we got our stuffed mushrooms all cooked there. You can see they did nicely brown over all of them. I would allow them about 5 minutes to cool down before you eat them. I hope you guys did enjoy this very simple stuffed mushroom recipe. Make sure to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. We are still pushing our way to that 250 mark, inching ever so close each day. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys next time.